What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We're back, and today I'm gonna show you how to make your Artian weapon. So these weapons are the best weapons in the game. The only problem with them, they all look the same. For a longsword, they don't look that beautiful, but the damage they do are absolutely amazing. So I'll show you the one I made so far. This is my current weapon. I made a couple of them. Actually, I'll go over here. So this one, I have a blast one. It has pretty good affinity. If you look at the stats it has on it, this one rolled with affinity plus, sharpness boost, affinity, and elemental boost and sharpness. People ask me all the time, DJ, what's the optimal thing? What do I want? Depends on what you need. So for me in this situation, things I would prioritize is if you can, attack boost is amazing. Affinity is good if you need it. Sharpness, if you just have one level 30 sharpness, enough. I wouldn't want, this one has way too much sharpness because you could just jump on your sacred and sharpen whenever you need it, so you don't necessarily need that. Depending if you're doing elemental boosts, if you're doing an elemental weapon, that supports the status. So this one got a little bit more on blast because I have the elemental boost. Ultimately, if I'm doing the elemental stuff, I wouldn't mind having an elemental boost on there, like one of those levels, one sharpness, and the rest be all attack. So like it really just depends on like your decorations. Can you find a way to offset the affinity? Because you can, or the sharpness, so is everyone unique, every situation is unique. But I would say like attack is amazing. If you have all attack, or fantastic, maybe one sharpness, and everything else you can kind of fit in with your slottage to make it work, that way. But ultimately these are the best weapon because you can customize them and you can make them for any element, any status you want. And I'll kind of make one right now and kind of show you the journey of how you take it from the 0 level to the max level and everything to make it happen. So without further ado, let's dive in. So now first you gotta decide what kind of weapon you want to make. So you have three components, blades and 2 tubes. If you use 2 of the same elements, like 2 fires, 2 lightnings, and 1 other element, you'll get the fire. If I use 2 paralysis, something else, you'll get a paralysis. So essentially right now I have these components for a longsword. What do I want to make? Let's go and see if I can make a better weapon than the Gore's weapon. So dragon, right? So I get dragon. Do I want attack or affinity? Let's do attack. I want more damage on it. So next one, I get another dragon. This one attack as well. So right now my dragon will be 270. My affinity is 5%, and my damage is 200. I think that's enough damage right there. So next one, the last piece, I could do whatever I want because it's gonna be dragon 100% because I already have 2 dragon pieces on there. I think for me, I'll try and get some affinity. So I only have 1 affinity piece right here, so I'll use this one. That's my last one, so it better work out pretty well. So now we have a weapon that we're gonna create. It's gonna be 200 damage, 10% affinity, and 270 dragon. And the sharpness is kind of low right now. We got no sharpness. That's okay. We have our 3 slots on it. These weapons do not roll with skills. So that's what our current loadout looks like at the current moment. So now let's go ahead and forge it.
Look good.
We've made it. So now, okay, now what do you do with it? So I want to equip it with my primary. So now what we want to do is reinforce it. So to reinforce it, you need some materials, right?
Ancient technology. So
now you get these materials from our oil basin. So what you would do is at this point in the game, you have everything unlocked. It takes about, I think 30 of these, no, it takes 40 of these in order to maximize it all the way. So what I'll do, you'll leave here, you'll go to the oil basin, you'll talk to my man over here, and what it can do is you can utilize,
now this is the stuff.
if you want to get more, you utilize all the parts you've gotten throughout your playthrough. And you might be wondering, you get so many parts in this game. This is where it comes in handy. So you can go through here, all the parts you're not necessarily going to use, boom. Right now I have 4, and just go through and get as many as you need. So I did enough, I have 10.
Time to get
We got
started.
those. We'll go back to her and say, hey, let's go ahead and reinforce it. So now
let's crack a few ancient mysteries.
you reinforce it.
Let's
So you
crack
also
a few
have the
ancient
option to
mysteries.
dismantle some pieces as well. Say you get something, you didn't like the way it worked out, you didn't like the way it looked, you can come in here and dismantle it. So what happens when you dismantle it? I'm gonna get back 50 pieces. Everything I put into it, I'll get it right back. I just won't get the parts I needed to make the actual weapon. So if you use, for example, this is a blast weapon, I won't get my ingredients back to make another blast weapon, but I'll get my ingredients back I can do to
Look good.
get back. Now I can go ahead and upgrade this one. So I'm gonna go to reinforce.
Doesn't love a little ancient technology.
I have 90. It takes 50 from 0. And let's see what we get from as far as
Ready
we
to
load out.
work.
So this is our dragon weapon. We want to make it better than gore. Okay. Oh, let's take a look at it. So it had affinity buff, 3 affinity buff, sharpness, and elemental boost. So we have 320 dragon, 20% affinity, and 200 attack, which is a pretty good weapon. That's a pretty good weapon. So now let's go ahead and compare it to the gore, because that was our goal. So now what am I losing by using this weapon? So the gore has 210 attack. I have more affinity, and I have 20 more dragon. Sharpness is good enough, and I have 3 level 3 slots. So now technically I don't need as much. I can not use my expert jewel, save myself that 5%. The only thing I'm missing here is not crit element, which you can get as one of those level 3 slots and put something else on there. We have a crit element slash attack or crit element slash something else. We can get that skill set back, and we can work on having different ways like attack level 3 deco to increase our overall damage. So this weapon is pretty close, and I might say in some situations better than the gore. What would have made it a little better is if we didn't get that sharpness and we got some attack instead. That would have brought us a little closer. But essentially, that's the gameplay loop for making the best weapons in the game. You go farm a monster, you get the materials, you get the ores, and also too. So now, how do you get the materials you need to actually find the weapon? So in your investigation, when you find some juicy ones like this, for example, rarity A, all you do is go over here and you notice these are the materials I need right now to make those juicy weapons. So we want to do a lot of quests like this because it gives you a lot of options to get the materials you need. But there's also another way. If you want another way to get materials, when you're fighting those tempered monsters, we're gonna go to Suja for this. When we're fighting those tempered monsters and they have the glowing blue parts on them, what you can do is if you break those parts, you get a bloodstone. And you take the bloodstone to the lady, you meld it, and she'll actually give you the pieces you need for your weapons. And I'll show you that really quickly. And say, hey, I want to meld some relics. I want some of these, the highest level we can currently go. And I have these stones available to me from the times I broke those pieces in the monsters. So this is the both ways you can get both relics, through fighting and also through RNG. And you can also get rid of some of your older pieces to get points. You need 80 points to get another one. So if you get another points for a weapon or a status you're never going to use, like I'm not going to make an ice weapon, I can just put this in there and it increases my stats. So I only get 1 point for this. So essentially you want to use your higher level pieces. But the most efficient way I would say to do this is just doing the quests with the higher level monsters and getting the pieces that way. And if you're going to recycle those, because those are 16 points each because they're rarity 8. But this is the full journey how you would get your endgame weapons. As they looks, we need some layered weapons looks. We have some juicier weapons, but as far as looks, they're not the greatest looking, but they are some of the best damage dealing weapons in the game. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new, subscribe. Until next time, Jared Gamer signing out.